Finally beating Sonic 1 for the first time in 30 years, I wanted to look back at the journey, zone by zone, excluding the boss fights, and not from a speedrunner's perspective. From someone who had to learn the lesson the hard way, here's my personal rankings of Sonic 1 zones from easiest to hardest, based on my full marathon experience. Let's get into it. Starting with the easiest, we've got Spring Yard Zone. Maybe it's because of the trauma from the previous zone, but when I got here, it felt like a holiday. Sonic rolling up walls, bouncing off springs, collecting tons of points. It was just pure fun. Except for that point in Act 3 where I fell to my doom with those moving staircase blocks, but overall, a chilled, very breezy, very easy ride. Next is the iconic Green Hill Zone, the level every gamer recognises. Fast, colourful, generous with rings, inviting you just to run wild as Sonic was meant to do. But just don't do what I did. Fall between the spikes and the hills and plummet to your death when you have invincibility. That moment alone is why this zone isn't at the bottom of the rankings as the easiest zone for me. In the middle of the list sits Starlight Zone. Delicate, but not difficult. The real challenge here is to remember the timing of your jumps and avoid all those exploding bombs. It's more about precision than danger really, a calm before the storm, or maybe just a false sense of security. This sits right in the middle. Now we're getting serious. Scrap Brain Zone. And honestly, the name fits. If you survived everything up to this point, you probably don't have much brain power left. Disappearing bridges, reverse treadmills, circular saws, spinning out of the floor. And let's not forget about Act 3, which becomes a nightmare underwater, where you have barely any air bubbles to latch onto. Unless, of course, you know the shortcut, which I didn't. If you know, you know. This brings us to the runner-up, which is Marble Zone. And wow, this is a frustrating zone for me. For level 2, Marble Zone does not mess around. Considering you're only 2 zones into the game, we've got lava pits, fireballs, crushing chandeliers, spikes everywhere, not to mention a pool of lava around every corner. And of course, those slow moving blocks over lava that make you question every life choice that you've ever made. It's punishing, it's slow, and it absolutely earns the number 2 spot for me. Okay, so our number 1 top most difficult zone, Labyrinth Zone, stands alone. There's no surprise here to anybody who knows this zone quite well. Underwater sections slowing Sonic down to a crawl, air bubbles that never spawn when you need them, enemies in tight corridors, rising water that punishes every mistake you make. This zone gives you that special kind of anxiety that only retro games could deliver back in the 90s. There is a reason people never forget Labyrinth Zone. It leaves a mark. Looking back, it does feel like Sega designed Sonic 1 as a roller coaster. Easy, then hard, then easy, then brutal again. That's what finally completing this game after 30 years made it so rewarding for me as well. Let me know how you would rank the zones, and stay tuned for Sonic 2 content later this month. Thank you for watching.